So, long story short, I wind up going to the prom. I get dropped off at this house. My mom drops me off at this house, and I go inside. My cousin and her boyfriend weren't there. Alan and his date weren't there. And I was like, what's going on? So it was just Jason and I, and then Rick Sanisak and his date, Megan Kennedy. And we took pictures and just kind of talked a little bit, and then we went to prom. So it wasn't too bad, but it was just kind of like, a little off-putting and kind of like, okay, what's going on here? And then like Jason drove me to the prom with him, and I was like, okay, that's odd. I kind of pictured us like going all together in like a caravan or like a, big limo that a lot of people, rented, for that kind of thing or something. So anyway, got to prom, and then like Jason and his friends were in one sort of corner of the gym or cafeteria, and then Helen eventually got there, and she was on another side of this like cafeteria with all of her like girlfriends and all of the girls, and like nobody was dancing, but Caleb was there. So Caleb and I were like the only sophomores actually invited to the prom, and he was there with a senior as well, but it was just someone that he knew like from his church or something. So she seemed like a really nice girl. I knew her and everything. So we were talking, and like I was like making comments like, this is kind of weird, isn't it? Like that we are like invited to this prom, but like our dates are like totally ditching us and like nobody's dancing. This is really strange. And so like we were literally standing like in the middle of this cafeteria by ourselves, just talking and chumming around, like we normally do. And he was getting really frustrated. And there were on occasion, there was like one time period there for a little while where they did put on some cool music and some people were dancing a little bit. So I did join in on that temporarily. And then like I went back to talk to Caleb because I had nobody else to talk to. And so like they did the whole like crowning of the queen and king and everything. And of course my cousin Helen was the queen and her boyfriend was the king and all this stuff. So, it was cool. I mean, I was happy for them. But then Caleb and I were talking, and I said to him, isn't that weird though that like they brought us here and like your date has like not talked to you like the whole time, and like I have no clue who this guy is, or he's just like over there in the corner like with his buddies, like whatever. Why would they bring us here? Like that doesn't make any sense. I don't understand. Like, and so Caleb, I must have made him mad or something, and he was, I said to him, maybe you and I should dance, since nobody else is dancing with us. We're here at a dance, we're dressed up, we look nice, they probably wouldn't care. And he was like, saying something, he was like, well, I can't do that and everything. And I'm like, okay. And then he was like, well, my mom made me come, and she's making me date only Christian girls. And I'm like, what? He's like, well, my mom hates Catholics. And I was like, oh my God, that is why I wasn't allowed into his house when I was younger. Oh my God, like it wasn't explicitly said to me when I was younger by his mom, but it was like murmured. So it was kind of like, is that what she said? Is that what that is? Really? So anyway, he was telling me that, he was not allowed to date Catholic girls, and he couldn't dance with them and everything. And so I think, he got really mad and frustrated. And so he grabbed me and took me over to the boys